Yes, what's happening, people? And welcome back to GavGoesIn. So, Nxt Gen 50, we carry on with this series. There's some good players that I've been doing, and now we're going to move on to another player, that's making waves in the Premier League. Someone that I think would have been relatively unknown as well. But for me, I think I'd go as far as saying he's probably the future of Tottenham's midfield. At 19 years of age as well. And that's Swedish international Lucas Bergvall. Now, for me, I think before he went to Tottenham, I believe there was Manchester United interested in him. I believe Man United had him on trial actually as well and didn't take up the option to sign him. But for me, I think from what I've seen of this player, I think he's getting better and better. I think his appearances so far, I think he's made, 43 appearances so far this season in all comps for Tottenham. I think only one assist in the Premier League, which is pretty poor. And I think he's got 2 goals in one in Europa and one in the FA Cup. So I think obviously a player like him will grow. I do believe that he will he'll get better and better. I think he's got 4 caps as well for Sweden. So you'd expect him to be the future of their midfield as well. And to be fair, to have the likes of Bergvall, Alexander Isak, Dejan Kulusevski, Viktor Gyökeres, to be fair, that 4 there, they could be bringing back the good times for Sweden, because if anyone remembers Sweden when they had the likes of Thomas Darling, Martin Brolin, had some really good Swedish players back in the day. Obviously, the likes of Freddie Ljungberg, decent player as well. But I think the players they've got now, and Lucas Bergvall included, I think they could be a problem for the other nations, So I think Bergvall, at 19, can only get better. And what I like about Bergvall is that, for me, his passing and dribbling are very good. Very tenacious as well in the tackle. And I think in terms of being a ball carrier from midfield, I think that's what he excels at, He's got high energy as well. Someone that just presses the ball non-stop. And I think as he gets more experienced, I think he'll try and pick and choose when to press the ball. Because I do think he does do that a bit too often. Maybe that's probably instructions from the manager. And obviously, Postcoggle's been sacked as well. So maybe, a different manager coming in might adopt a different approach. But I think he does help in terms of Tottenham winning the ball back. And he's a massive part of that, And I think the fact that he missed the Europa League final, him, Kulusevski and Maddison missing the final, I thought out of the 3, I think Bergvall would have been the one that they would have been most gutted about missing. I know Tottenham won the final in the end, but I think with Bergvall's energy and his pressing, relentless pressing, I think that would have been needed against United. But in the end, as I said, Tottenham won it, and as I said, I think he's someone that definitely will be the cornerstone of their midfield. I think they've got a few other younger players as well, possibly coming through. But I think he'll be the key one. And again, I think he's even got captain material as well. I think he's a leader, even at the age of 19. Obviously making his debut for Tottenham at 18 as well. So he's got that exposure from an early age, just like many youngsters that are coming through the game. And as I said, playing the Premiership, playing in possibly one of the hardest positions on the pitch in central midfield, at the age he is, I think he can only get better with the experience. And I think Tottenham really, they've got themselves, I won't say superstar, but I would definitely say he's got the potential to be one of the best players in the league, best midfielders in the league. Because I think for what he's shown so far, there's a lot of potential there for me, and I think that, as I said, under a different coach, I do expect him to be a regular starter there, and I do expect him to, help Tottenham propel, to a respectable finish in the league this season. Obviously, if he stays injury free, and I think he's got a big future ahead, man. So guys, that's my Nxt Gen 50, Lucas Bergvall of Tottenham and Sweden. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you think there's better players out there in that position, you know. But I do think in terms of 19-year-old central midfielders, the only 19-year-old central midfielder that I can think of now is Kobe Minu, who's not really playing regularly. There might be a few others, but I can't remember. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Big up yourselves. Smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel at GavGoesIn. And yeah, as I say, let me know what you think. Take it easy.